Hello everyone and welcome inside our Mattamy Athletic Center studios for your RTA Sports Update. I'm your host John Nardi, and alongside me as always is Kyle Cushman. We have lots of action to catch you up on tonight, including a feature on Ryerson's very own Natasha Kistoff discussing her fencing career thus far. But more on that a little bit later. Take it away, Kyle.
Absolutely. Let's start tonight with the Winnipeg Jets hosting the Vegas Golden Knights for the first time since last season's Western Conference Final. The Knights would win that series in just 5 games. Can the Jets get revenge, or will Vegas reign supreme once again? A big game for both of these teams in the standings as well. We'll pick up in the second period after a scoreless first Vegas power play. Nate Schmidt has his point shot stopped. Brandon Peary there on the rebound, but can't quite sneak it past Laurent Brossois. Best chance of the game to this point for the Golden Knights. Same power play now. Peary turns it over. Brian Little, playing in his 800th career game, springs the speedy Kyle Connor. He breaks in all alone and pots his 17th goal of the year, his first career shorthanded goal, making it 1-0 Jets. Later in the frame, another Vegas power play. Cody Eakin stopped. Jonathan Marchessault on the rebound. Brossois there again. A beauty of a stop for the Port Alberni native. He made 26 saves in the second period alone to keep the Jets ahead. 4 to go now in the second. Matthew Perreault pokes a puck past Derek Anglin. He outweights Fleury and buries it on the backhand. Winnipeg with 2 goals on just 7 shots in the period. 2-0 Jets. We'll go early third period now. Former Jet Paul Stastny to the point for Braden McNabb. His shot would be tipped by Brandon Peary, who scores his 8th goal of the year. That cuts the deficit to just 1. And now just under 2 to go. Knights net empty and pressing for the equalizer. Blake Wheeler blocks William Karlsson's shot and then clears. Mark Scheifele recovers the puck and finds Kyle Connor, who pots his second of the night. The Jets would add another empty netter as they take this one 4-1 over the Vegas Golden Knights.
In a battle between two of the Eastern Conference's best teams, the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics season series was tied at 1 game apiece heading into tonight's game from the TD Garden. The Raps were looking to continue their hot streak of 5 consecutive wins against the Celtics team that, coming into this one, were losers of 3 straight and looking to get right back on track on home court. Picking it up in the first quarter, Kyle Lowry pushing the tempo, draws contact and banks it home, plus drawing the foul. Raptors up as much as 11 in the first. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving back for the first time since calling out his teammates after a loss to Orlando. He apologized for his comments, saying, quote, "Should never question my teammates in public that ever again. I just want to win so bad." Backing up his strong words, Kyrie Irving sends the no-look feed to Gordon Hayward. An easy lay-in for Hayward, part of an 18-4 run for the Boston Celtics. Hell of a dish there from Kyrie Irving, dropping dimes. Later on, Irving, working against Kawhi Leonard, goes behind the back and sinks the off-balance floater. Celtics up 11 at the break. Kyrie showing his ISO moves there. And after the Raps went on a 20-6 run, Boston answers. Hayward to Al Horford for the huge jam over shot blocker Serge Ibaka. Boston up 4 after 3. Going to the fourth quarter, Leonard muscles his way through contact, banks in the floater. Kawhi with a game-high 33 points. He now has 20 or more points in 20 straight games. Hell of a feat there. Boston now up by 2 late in the fourth. Irving looking for more. Irving finished with a team-high 27 points. With under a minute left, the Celtics are up by 7. Irving up top to Al Horford. He throws down the alley-oop jam. Kyrie finishes with a career-high 18 assists. Celtics snap Toronto's 5-game winning streak as Boston takes this one.
Next, we have a Ryerson Sport Media special that tells the story of competitive fencer Natasha Kistoff. Natasha is a member of the Ryerson Rams fencing team and was recently nominated for the Rookie of the Year award. This is her story.
I started fencing just because it was an opportunity at my elementary school and it seemed kind of different and it was an excuse to get out of gym. I wanted to keep going because it was a lot of fun and my parents said that I could if I wanted to, and I went and tried it and it was something that kind of just stuck. The first time I tried fencing, I was in grade 4, and I came home and I wouldn't shut up about it. So in order to shut me up, my parents put me in fencing, and it was the only sport I could be doing where I was losing but still smiling. And it grew on me so much, and it became something that I loved and something that I was passionate about. It was a mix of the people, the coaches, and just the fun of it. It was so different for me, and that's what made it special. My first Pan American experience, I was super nervous. So that experience was more about experiencing being an athlete, and then the second time I went to Pan Ams, it was more about being an actual fencer, because it was my last year in my age category, so I knew that I completely had the potential to win the gold medal. Although I got the bronze for a second time, I was super disappointed, but it was a great way to just go out with a bang in my age category. So when I was recruited onto the Ryerson team, I was super excited because, you know, fencing isn't a huge thing in Canada, but Ryerson really takes their fencing seriously. One of my best experiences with the team was when we were at a tournament at Brock, and I was having a really rough day. I wasn't fencing well. I was all up in my head. People say that fencing is 90% mental and 10% physical, so the 90% mental was really lacking that day. And I was fencing in this one match, and my coach yelled at me, and he said, just make a decision and do it. And the second he said that, I made a decision and I did an action, and then I won the match 15-1. So that was a big turning point for me in terms of, you know, really picking back up fencing and fencing for the Ryerson team. Everyone congratulated me and everything. It was a great day.
Great feature there on Kiss Talk. But now we're going to head to ringside reporter Camilla with some news about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Take it away, Camilla.
Thanks, guys. The Toronto Maple Leafs have secured their spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs with a 2-1 win against the New York Islanders last night. So hopefully they can take this momentum and carry it next week into their playoff series against the Boston Bruins. Thanks, guys.
That's a quick update on what's going on around the world of sports tonight, and a terrific story on Natasha.
Sure.
Leaf fans can have a nice sigh of relief for about a couple days before the series against Boston starts.
See how the series against Boston turns out.
But for now, nice, easy couple days. But thank you for watching. I've been Kyle. That's been John. This has been your RTA Sports Update. We'll see you next time.